Hello, I am Shanmuganathan Raman. I am a Associate Professor and Jibaban Patel Chair in AI in the disciplines of Electrical Engineering and Computer Science Engineering at IIT Gandhinagar. Here I am going to today tell you about a book I have read from the library, which is called Guns, Germs and Steel: The Fates of Human Societies. So it comes with two subtitles. One subtitle says that it's a short history of everybody in the last 13,000 years, and this subtitle is also available. So this book is quite relevant in today's scenario because of the news you read in the newspapers about the different types of conflicts which are going on and the kind of diseases we have. And what this book is all about is kind of it is like answering a question by the author, who is called Jared Diamond. He is a faculty at UCLA, and he wants to answer a question raised by a local politician about the superiority of the Europeans over others in the whole history of the world, how they dominated and so on. So the next 30 years this author spends his time and research over this question and tries to answer it with historical facts. And so there are some three reasons he gives over the for the superiority of the Europeans over other civilizations. It is, first one is the domestication of animals and farming, and because other aborigines and other people in other parts of the world were still doing hunter-gatherer kind of food accumulation, the Europeans domesticated animals and did farming and did invent a lot of wheels and other tools to enhance the food production, and that is the main thing which gave them a head start. And as a byproduct comes the germ aspect of it, and they become resistant to a lot of germs which originate from the cattle, and they were like somewhat like vaccinated due to different interactions with the animals, which was not possible for the other people. And the second aspect which he stresses on is the food led to advancement of civilization, and they led industrial revolution, and using steel they could build a lot of factories and tools to enhance their capabilities in different ways. So that's the steel aspect which comes in. And the third aspect he's talking about is the weapons, the superior weapons they have. So for an example, there was a battle at Cajamarca. It's not Cajamagica where the Madrid Open happened just now. It's Cajamarca in South America, where very small number of Europeans, just for the benefit of having these superior weapons, outsmarted a huge population of native Inca Empire people, and that led to a major historical event which led the Europeans to spread all over the Americas. And another aspect which he talks about is geographical aspect. The Eurasia, why the cattle and domestication, farming and everything spread faster than the other places, because if you see that geographically the Eurasia stretches horizontally while all other continents are vertical. So the food production and everything could, because of the similarity of the climates, they could be replicated at different places across the Eurasian continent. So that is another reason. And most of the studies which this author Jared Diamond has conducted is with respect to a native place called New Guinea, which is also called Papua New Guinea, which is a second largest island in the world, situated just above Australia. And most of the work has been carried out there where still some native tribes exist, and he is able to draw inferences to support this claim. And if you ask me, like, if did the second title, the history of everybody in the last 13,000 years, got answered, I would not definitely say yes. This book tries to address most of the questions raised by the human community with respect to Papua New Guinea. It is like sampling a signal very sparsely and it just extrapolating to other places, so which may not be true. So some other kind of doubts I have were like with the Indian subcontinent, which had some major civilization was never been discussed, and how these kind of findings will apply to the Indo-Aryan and other kind of civilizations and the Dravidian civilizations which existed in the Indian subcontinent. So those things, because we are from this place, we would want to know it. So we cannot accept many of the facts which are given in the book with respect to Papua New Guinea directly here. That is another thing. And some of the contents of the book are a bit repetitive, and kind of that may be due to the fact that the author wants to reinforce some of the facts so that the reader carries with those facts throughout his life. So on the whole, it's a very good book in the sense you will get a gist of some kind of questions you have. So the conclusion is that the superiority of the race of the Eurasians did not help them, or the Europeans did not help them dominate the world. They were helped by the geography, they were helped by the they were in the right place. It was like kind of fate. That's the another subtitle, the fates of human societies. The fate had it that the Europeans were in the right place at the right times, which helped them dominate the world by advancing the technology and spreading the germs around as well. So it's a very inquisitive and which would make you think, this book, and I would suggest it's a light read. It reads like a novel, and you can read it in your free time, and try to go to some advanced books on which cover most of the world and some unifying theory like Sapiens later on. But I would recommend to anyone who is interested in popular science and evolutionary history of the human world, but with the pinch of salt that it has been the inferences are drawn from research in certain particular geographical locations, but not everywhere in the world. So thank you.